Hello, 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 and welcome to another beginner's Cricut craft tutorial. I'm Charlotte, and I'm one of the mods in the Facebook group Cricut Crafters UK Learning, Helping, Sharing. And this series of videos is trying to answer the most basic questions that repeatedly come up in the group. And today we are answering the age-old question of when do I use weld, when do I use attach, when do I use flatten, and when do I use group? Because let's be honest, they all appear to do the same thing, don't they? And I want to try and clear up some of the confusion by going through a couple of examples on my machine today. So here in Design Space, I've just written some text. I've used one of my favourite fonts, which is just Adventure Alt, and I've moved the letters around with the letter spacing so that we've got a nice cursive joined up word. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm now going to turn this from text into individual letters, just so it's a little bit clearer to see what each of the tools does. So now you can see we've got all the individual letters down here. So if I click on any of these and move them, I can move them around individually. But I might not want to do that. I might want to move all of this in one go. So I could click and drag, select everything, drag it around. Or I could group all this. So click and highlight, click on group. Now whenever I click on this, it automatically selects everything and it moves it around. So we use group when we want to group together different assets in the workspace. It makes no difference to how it will cut. It's purely for keeping your layers panel here nice and tidy. Another advantage I'm showing here is that I can hide all of these layers in one go. So I know that's my Mama Makes Do word group. But as I said, it makes no difference to how we're going to cut it. So if I go to make it now, you can see that it's separated all of the letters. And that's because it's just grouped. And clearly we're going to be in for a horrible jigsaw time if we cut it out like this. So that's when we use one of our other tools. So I'm going to create a couple of copies of this just so that we can see what it does differently. Good to note that if you copy and paste a group, it creates the copy in a second group. So that keeps things nice and tidy straight off the bat. So for this one, I'm going to press flatten. And what that does is make it into a print and cut. So this is how we send things to our normal desktop printer and then put them back in the machine to cut out. So this is the text that we flattened. It's a print and cut. So when we go to the Make It screen, we get it like this, and this will send it to our printer and then we can cut it out on our machine. But a lot of the time we don't want to do that. A lot of the time we want to use our lovely cursive font for a water bottle or for a t-shirt, so we want to do it on vinyl, and print and cut is not ideal for that. So I'm going to delete that one, and that brings us to welding and attaching, which are the two most misused features, I would say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a copy. And for this top Mama Makes Do, I am going to weld it. For the second Mama Makes Do, I'm going to just attach it. I think that did it wrong, didn't it? I think I just want that one. Unattach. Okay, so we've got one group that's attached and one group that's welded. So if I go to the Make It screen, it looks exactly like they've done the same thing, doesn't it? All of our letters are attached together and it's all together in one word. However, that is not the case, and I think the easiest way to show this is with our overhead maker cam, because these two, although they look the same here, will cut in completely different ways. Before we get to that though, there's one other thing to note. When you weld something, that's permanent. You can't undo that. The only way you can edit this now is using the contour tool. So if we change our minds and want to move some of these letters around, that's not an option anymore. Whereas when we attach something, we can unattach it. And each of these letters then goes back to being individually movable. So whenever possible, do use the attach tool. However, as you'll see in a minute, there is a very, very good reason why we use the weld tool for writing such as this. Montage done. So we've got our Mama Makes Do that was attached and our Mama Makes Do that was welded. So I hold the welded up to the camera. This is kind of what we wanted and expected. All of the text that overlaps has been merged to create one complete word, and this is one complete sticker. So when we go to transfer this onto anything, it all peels off as one sticker. However, this is the one that we sent that was attached. And to pick this up clearly, I'm going to cut to my mobile phone so we can really see the difference here. On the bottom we've got our welded, but up here we've had our one that's been attached, and as you can see, every bit that has overlapped has still been cut separately. So it's treated each letter as an individual. It hasn't treated it all as one sticker. So when we go to transfer this onto our glass, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the bum because every overlap has also been cut. To round this video out, I've done a quick little summary chart of the group Flatten, Attach and Weld tools for the design space. So for group, we use this when we want things to be linked together just within design space so that we can move them around quite easily together, but this does not affect how it cuts in any way. We use the Flatten tool when we want to change our design into a print and cut. We use the Attach tool when we want parts of the same colour in a design to stay where they are when we cut it. This can be undone. And the final tool is the weld tool, when you want parts of the same colour that are overlapping to become one solid shape, such as joined up handwriting. But if you can get away without using weld, do, because weld cannot be undone once you have used it. So for more friendly videos and a nice little space you can ask your questions, come join our Facebook group, which is Cricut Crafters UK Learning, Helping, Sharing. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, which is at Mama Makes Do, or pop over to our website, mamamakesdo.com. We're going to be doing lots more Cricut and other craft tutorials over the coming weeks. Until the next time, goodbye.